Hey guys, this is Zevin from DMC. Now in this video, I'll be sharing with you on how you can add a radio button to an image in your contact form 7. So let's go into our step-by-step sharing.
This is the most common type of radio buttons, right? So most of the time that you'll be looking at the radio buttons using text, yeah? So for example, so right here, FB and also IG, yeah? So what about if, let's say, you would like to have the radio button on an image? So instead of the word FB and IG, right, you would like to have something like this. So a Facebook icon and also Instagram icons. Yeah. So how do we do this? Basically, the concept is very simple. Okay. We will need to require a little bit of customized codings right here. So first of all, what you need to do is definitely you need to prepare the Facebook logo and also the Instagram logo or whatever image that you would like to use for your radio button. Okay, so over right here, let me just go to my dashboard, and I'm going to just add the icon, yeah, the Facebook icons, and also my IG icon to my media library. So let me just close this, and I'm going to get my Facebook icon and my IG icon. All right, so I'm having these two icons right here. Now, the most important thing that in order for us to achieve this radio button on image, you will need to get the image URL of these two icon right here. Okay, so let me just open the new tab for these two icon. Okay, so you can see this is the file URL that we need later on. Okay, so my IG icon over right here as well. So this is my the image URL that I need. Okay, so right here we will actually need to navigate to our contact form 7 to do the customized settings right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up my contact form 7. Okay, and I'm going to edit my contact form. So right now, let me just do a refresh for you. Yeah. So currently, if I refresh, this is my default contact form. Yeah. So if you can see, there's only name, email, subject, and also message. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a normal radio button like this that to show the Facebook and IG text. And right after that, we are going to replace that with a image, yeah, with an image right here. So concept is the same. So let's say I want to add the radio button right below my email section. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just copy and paste the whole tab out from email, and right here I will change to your social media account. Okay, and down here, in order for me to replace this tag, I'm going to choose the radio button, and I'm just going to put radio right here, or maybe I change to social media. Okay, and in terms of the option, yeah, so the options right here, the default versions of text format, it will be like this, like FB and also IG, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put one option first as Facebook, and then I'm just going to click on any other area on the right hand side in order for me to get this code, yeah, the tag right here, the short code right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this whole tag. I'm going to close this, and I'm just going to replace my email right here. All right, and this will allows me to get my first radio button. And right now, if I want another radio button right below it as IG, okay, and what you need to do is just duplicate. I'm just going to copy this one more time, paste it below, with all the spacing nicely done, and then I'm going to change this to IG. Okay, so with this, once I save, let me just refresh the changes right here. You will be able to see that, hey, I have the Facebook and also IG tab tags showing like this. Now, right now, how do we able to change it to the icon? With image, right? Facebook image and also Instagram icons right here. So this is what we're going to do. Yeah. So we are going to add some further codings right here, right after the text. Yeah, right after the tag right here. So after Facebook tag, we are going to add this code. It start with image source, and then equal open bracket. All right. So the same things that we are going to add right below right here as well. Yeah. So right now, what we're going to do is that for the hashtag, we are going to replace that with the image URL. Yeah. So just now when we uploaded our Facebook icon and our Instagram icon, remember the file URL? So this is the file URL that we are going to get over right here. And we are going to replace the hashtag right here. Okay, so right here, you're just going to paste it. All right, and now we are going to add another icon, which is the Instagram icon. And I'm going to replace that with the hashtag. All right, so one more time, the one that is, in between the inverted comma, the hashtag, you're going to replace that all the way from https://www to either JPEG or PNG. Yeah. So once you've done that, right now you can just go ahead, save changes, and double check on the information right here. Okay. So I'm going to refresh my page, and you can see that, hey, the icon is showing up over right here. Now, if you can see, currently the icon is like super huge, right? It's either that you resize your image before you upload to WordPress, or else, in my case, if I'm a little bit lazy, I don't resize my icon. What you can do, you can adjust the size of your image in this contact form. So what you can do, right after the URL, right? After the inverted comma, you can just give a spacing. And right now we are going to type with open equal, then open the bracket, and then space again, we're going to put height. All right. So what are we going to, the numbers of like how big is the size that we're going to enter right here, depends on how big is your image that you want to display out in your contact form. In my case, since this is an icon, right, I'm just going to put like about 35 pixel. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste the whole thing. Make sure that that's with a spacing right there. And I'm going to put it to my Instagram, okay, my IG right there. So once I adjusted the size, I'm going to save changes. And right now I'm going to refresh again. So here you can see the the icon has been resized to a smaller size. But right now the problem is, hey Zevin, if let's say I do not want to have the text right there, how do we remove that, right? So over right here, you can just see this. If you don't want the text, you can just remove that into like, you just empty out whatever text that's showing inside the inverted comma. So over right here, once I make the changes, save changes, and double check, you will be able to see that the text has been removed and it only left with the image, with the icon right there. Yeah. So sometimes you will realize that the icon is a little bit too close to the radio button and you want to have like some spacing. Yeah, so over right here, what you can do, you can actually just add some spacing in the middle. So what happens is that if you give like, a normal spacing like this, right, it won't work. Yeah, so if I just save changes and I refresh, you will realize that it actually didn't, give like the spacing right there. Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, so what I need to do over right here, I will actually need to come here and I will actually need to replace this with another coding to represent spacing and NBSP semicolon. All right, so the same things, I'm going to put it over right here. So this is considered like one spacing. So if you want to have like 2, 3, 4 spacing, then you are just going to repeat that again and again. Yeah, so this one section, it represents one spacing. Yeah, so these 5 characters represent one spacing. So I'm going to do the save changes, and then I'm going to refresh. Yeah, so if you can see, there's a gap right there. Yeah, that's the gap. So if you realize gap too much, then you just don't put too much of the spacing right there. All right, and also another thing that depends on your radio button, on which one that you're going to put it as your first bullet, your first radio button check. So if this is the one that you're going to put default 1, and this is 2, then you put default 2. Okay, so I'm going to change that and refresh. You will see that the one that's showing default 1 will be selected first. Okay, if I change this to default 2 and then IG as my default 1, if I save changes, okay, you'll realize that the radio button will be selected at the IG first. Yeah, so let me just put it to the correct format, and I will just save changes right here. One more time, you'll realize that, hey, it actually reflected on Facebook. Okay, now bear in mind, whenever that you added a new sections over right here, right, you will need to also ensure that you added that into your Mail tab. So right here, the SMM, yeah, the social media sections, you will need to ensure that you actually add into your your formats right here, yeah, to your email, yeah, to your email as well. Okay, so this is the part that you will need to ensure that you add that in as your tag, yeah, to differentiate that easier for you, right? If you just put social media because there's no text indicator or there's no selection indicator in the contact form, so usually what I would suggest is that you rename that into 2 different naming, so social media 1 and social media 2. Okay, so then when we go to the Mail tab, you can see that social media 1 and social media 2. So social media. So if people select Facebook, then it will show that, hey, that someone selected social media 1. If let's say you actually selected social media 2, then it will show that social media 2 has been selected right there. Yeah, so this is the one that we are looking at over right here. So that's all in this video that I would just like to share with you. Yeah, so how are you able to have the radio button not only just using a text, but at the same time, if you are thinking of you would like to use like an image like this, you can also use it with contact form 7 by just adding an image source to your contact form. Alright, so that's all for this video. If you successfully added an image to your contact form 7 using a radio button, you can leave a comment below and let me know. Yeah. Meanwhile, if you like our video, remember to help us like and share. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, remember to leave your comment below, help us like and share. If you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, remember to click on the subscribe button and most importantly, hit on the bell icon so that you'll be able to receive notifications when we launch our new video. See you in the next video.